Hey guys, make it that Jason here, and welcome to my Madden NFL 2017 franchise. It is the NFC Championship game. Not much for talking on this one, so let's go ahead and get it started, and I will talk to you at the end of the game.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. With a spot in the Super Bowl on the line, everything is on the line in today's conference championship matchup. It's the Vikings going up against the Seahawks. With that, let's get you up to Seattle. We're standing by are our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. This is fielded at the goal line, and his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
To me, the best part of Teddy Bridgewater's game is his decision-making. Very smart, loves to watch the game, loves to analyze it, and he does it so well, he takes care of the football and keeps his team in good spots.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
A play fake to Peterson. Now Bridgewater. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
Let's go. 180.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. First carry for Thomas Rawls. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
They stay on the ground. Rawls again. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
The offense staring at a 3rd and 12 here. On 3rd down, Wilson. He's got Curse. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. There's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. 2nd down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Brian Robinson makes the stop.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
I'm not sure we can spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
On is Hauschka now for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So they get the ball first here in front of the home crowd under the lights, and they get 3 points out of it.
And there's something about a night game, isn't there? A little extra snap, a little extra crisp in the air. What a terrific way to get things started. A little extra excitement, a little extra dazzle for the home crowd.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Why 90? Why 90? Tiger!
They start the drive with Peterson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Here's Bridgewater. It's caught. Michael Pruitt. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Let's go! Why 90? Why 90?
Bridgewater gives to his tailback, Peterson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again, Peterson. And he'll cut it to the left sideline. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. It's a big run for AP. 41 yards. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. And that was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
One quarter down, 3 to go on the road to the Super Bowl. 3-0 is our score. We'll be back to Seattle right after this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 1st down and goal to go from the 7. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adrian Peterson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Chad Greenway, with the pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And last year was sort of a tough one for Jimmy Graham. He wasn't seeing the same kind of targets he was used to. Then, of course, came the patella injury that wiped out the second half of his year. So he and Russell never really found the connection. And here's an instance where they get a ball picked off.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They run again with Peterson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
That was a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
Bridgewater fakes the give to Peterson. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
On second down, Peterson. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop a shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. On the left side, this is Stills. And he's brought down. 12 yards on the pickup, and that leads to a Minnesota first down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it, now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it, we can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. To the air again with Bridgewater. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Laquan Treadwell hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Walsh now for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right? Doug Baldwin, past the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
On third down, Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So on fourth down, the Vikings will call on their punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the all-pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Fresh set of downs here. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. It's complete to Lockett. And he's brought down. Give him 11 on the gain there. And it's good enough for a Seattle 1st.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And Graham's got it over the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
More now on the return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
Much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's second down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they dropped it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And it is incomplete. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go, as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. Well, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get him right to quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. To return, this is Doug Baldwin. The Minnesota defense, we watch them get set to roll. See if they can regroup a little bit. They gave up the touchdown last drive.
And you know from our meetings with coaches all across the league, one of their pet peeves, when teams get down, a lot of these guys now, they want to treat it like it's a video game or something. Hit reset. Let's start over, coach. Out of the first 2 series, they don't even matter now. Let's play again. That's not how it works. You're down. You gave up a touchdown. You can't do it again. You have to dig in, grit it out, and fight it out. Reset buttons. It's driving everybody crazy. There are no reset buttons when you're playing in this game.
Preach, Chucky. Preach. Rolls the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. And he'll get this up to about the 40. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
That'll go as a loss of 5, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll dump it off to Procise. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's John Ryan now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. This is taken at the 15. 12 yards on the return that time.
back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. Bridgewater on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll bring up second down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Bridgewater fakes the give to Peterson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So third and 15 and an extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
The throw left side complete to Treadwell. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 13 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
So on fourth down, the Vikings send out Blair Walsh to try the field goal here. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good, and that will tie things at 17 all. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but at least it does draw them back level.
And that has to be job one. A touchdown certainly would have been nice, but here you get back on even terms, and now you've got the rest of the second half to try and get yourselves in front.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll try to get the running game going with Rawls. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second and 5. On second down, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Linval Joseph in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
Oh, what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Peterson alone in the backfield. They're going to give it to him running right. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. And give him 4 yards there, and 2nd and 6.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. 23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Get ready! Tiger! Tiger!
They run with Peterson. He's been busy.
Be a little gain of completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it's hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
Indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like 6'6" target that they got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Well, they've had an impressive drive here, and that pickup continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now. Own defense over on the sidelines, while this one continues downfield.
Now, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The corner blitz. Down 7.
The game plan defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback right in the face of him puts him down.
Bridgewater again. This is Peterson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down, but they are in field goal range already. And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. To throw is Bridgewater. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
McKinnon. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Let's go.
And from the 3 now, it's 2nd and goal. Now a run with Peterson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adrian Peterson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And he puts it through. So the 2nd time tonight he has hit the end zone, Charles.
Some people just have a natural nose for the end zone, and he's exhibiting that here in this game. Big-time job, and of course he's got to pat the backs of the offensive line.
Yeah, they can't be lost in the shuffle. They're vital. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Our eyes shift now to the Vikings defense. And they're just trying to keep him out of the end zone. Obviously, a field goal does no good in this situation, so what's the appropriate amount of pressure defensively, Charles?
I think you send a little more pressure than what is normal. If you normally want to send a 3-man rush, maybe you make it 4. If it's 4, maybe you make it 5. Anything to make sure that he can't just sit back there all day and find a target. And then you tell your secondary, play your normal coverage and maybe an extra step or 2 back.
Yeah, be careful that nothing goes over the top. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. He's back to throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Thomas Rawls there, and it's 3rd down. Now the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look, 6 DBs. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Back to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and it's 4th down. And it all rides on this one play, a trip to the Super Bowl in the balance here on 4th down.
The days of knowing your assignment, dropping to it, and calling it a day, that's over with. Because now, when you drop into a zone, especially as a defensive back, you're seeing the play in front of you. So if a man wanders into your area, guess what? Now it goes from zone to man coverage in many cases. And on this particular play, able to see the play in front of him, react to it, and knock the ball away. Gotta like what you just saw there, if you like zone defense.
And out now come the Vikings. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is... And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he's brought down. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Carry number 20 now for Peterson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Let's go. Way 90. Way 90. Set.
Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're
in the
playing.
NFC Championship game. What this means now is we will now play the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. And this also means that the Minnesota Vikings will become the first team in NFL history to play a Super Bowl in their home stadium, as this Super Bowl here in 2017 is in Minnesota. So it's essentially like a home game for us, which I like. I was a little nervous after Seattle got their first lead of the game and they got their touchdown. I thought it was going to be all over. Bridgewater threw that interception early, and I was a little scared that we were going to be in for a long day. However, I was able to turn it around and did what we wanted to do. Peterson was able to get some running in, and we were able to get some passing in. I'm actually kind of surprised here that they don't have any special animations or anything special when you win an NFC Championship. That's actually kind of lame. We'll go ahead and take a look at the stats here really quickly. Bridgewater had an 85.4 rating, 16 for 26 for 220 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Peterson rushing 20 carries for 124 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bridgewater had 3 carries for 1 yard. McKinnon 2 carries for 1 yard. When we take a look at receiving for the Vikings, Rudolph 7 for 92. Treadwell 3 for 43 and a touchdown. Peterson 2 for 19. Diggs 2 for 33. Stills 1 for 12. And Pruitt 1 for 21. So we will go ahead in there, folks, and I will see you in the next broadcast, which will be the Super Bowl, and we will be taking on the New England Patriots. I believe it's Super Bowl 52.